First is the scene on the fi'lul mudari'. The scene. So we have yaktubu. Yaktubu means
he writes.
He is writing or he writes, right? Fi'lul mudari', present tense verb. He is writing or he writes. Okay? Now, when we add a scene before it, yaktubu, the meaning of it is
he will write.
He will write. It makes it the future. Okay? Sayaktubu. And you know when we always say if we add a fa to a verb, is that we ask, is that part of the verb or does it mean so or then? It's the same thing here, except one difference. Whenever you see a scene before a fi'lul mudari', it can only ever mean will, i.e. the future. It can never be part of the verb. Because the fi'lul mudari' doesn't begin with seen, does it? A fi'lul mudari' either begins with a ya, yaktubu, or yaktubuna, or a ta, taktubu, taktubuna, taktubani, dual, or an alif, aktubu, or a noon, naktubu. So a ya, a ta, an alif, or a noon. It can never begin with the seen. So therefore, whenever you see a fi'lul mudari' such as yaktubu or yastaykadu, and it begins with the seen, then you know it means will. It relates to the future. Then we have the other type of method of referring to the future. Sawfa yaktubu. So this is easier because sawfa, as you can see, is not part of the verb, it's not connected. So whenever we see sawfa before a fi'lul mudari', okay, what meaning does it give us?
Future.
Future, right? Also will, it relates to the future. So therefore, what's the difference between sayaktubu and sawfa yaktubu? The difference is that usually, and not always, usually sayaktubu, it refers to something which is close in the future. Okay? Whereas sawfa yaktubu relates to something in the distance. Okay? Something which is distant. Right? So for example, but it's not always like that. Sometimes they're used interchangeably. But sayaktubu can refer to something which is in the distant future. So, for example, why would we use it in certain cases? If I say to you, right, on the completion of this lesson, okay, أذهب إلى الحديقة. أذهب إلى الحديقة. I will go to the park. Okay, but I'm saying I want to convey the meaning of something that I will do, but I still use أذهب إلى الحديقة, right? After the lesson, أذهب إلى الحديقة. But you know that أذهب, it relates to the present, right? But you know that because I'm saying بعد الدرس أذهب إلى الحديقة, after the lesson I will go to the park, it's understood that I'm going to go after the lesson, i.e. in the future. I'm not doing it now. Right? Whereas if I say to you, أنا أكتب على السابورة. أنا أكتب على السابورة. I'm writing on the board, which means I'm doing it now. But it's clear that it's not in the future because of the context that I'm doing it now. Right? But if I say to you بعد الدرس سأذهب إلى الحديقة, then it's clear, isn't it? I'm talking about the future, but the short-term future, i.e. upon the completion of this lesson, after 50 minutes or so on and so forth, right? So it's clear. So in that context I would use sa. But if it was in a few days time, or a week or a month, then I would say سوف أذهب إلى الحديقة, or سوف أسافر إلى مكة. I will travel to Mecca. Okay, that's generally the distinction between them. Is that clear?